Hi everyone, I hope you're having a good Saturday so far. Welcome to my second video. And today's video is about the transformation process. So, we will be reviewing the transformation process and the components which form up the transformation process. That is inputs and outputs. And as we go throughout the video, we will be taking loads of examples. Before I start, I would like to please ask you to subscribe to my channel so that you get any future notifications for my future videos. Alright, so let's start. What is the transformation process? The transformation process is the process through which inputs are converted into outputs. Now, to really understand the transformation process, we should get a good grasp of inputs and outputs. Right. What are the components of inputs? So under inputs we have land, labor, capital, and intellectual capital. Firstly, what is land? Land refers to the appropriate location of an organization. So, where an organization decides to set up. Alright? Now, it should be noted here that land is of utmost importance to organizations which are found in the primary sector. And by the primary sector, we mean businesses which are involved in the extraction of raw materials and other natural resources, such as we have mining or farming, we also have fishing. Right. Now, let's move on to labor. So, as the word itself tells us, labor refers to the employees of an organization. Particularly, labor refers to the skills, the knowledge, the know-how, the capabilities of an organization's workforce, and most importantly, the motivation levels of employees is very important. As Peter Drucker says or states, employees are the most important assets of an organization because they really determine the long-term success of any business. Right, so this is it about land and labor. Now, let's move on to capital. What do we understand by the word capital? Well, it does not mean money. It does not mean the funds used by a business. But instead, capital means all the equipment used by a business. For example, if we take a real estate firm, the capital would be all the vehicles used by the business, for instance, for the transport of its employees, and all the machinery used in its offices, such as printers, computers, and so on and so forth. The last component of inputs is intellectual capital. Now, let's have a look at intellectual capital. As the word itself tells us, intellectual means intelligence. So, intellectual capital simply implies the intelligence of employees. Alright? So, let's summarize inputs. So, we had a look at land, labor, capital, and intellectual capital. Now, let's move on to the second part of this video, which is about outputs. What are outputs? Outputs can be divided into two broad categories. On the one hand, we have goods, and on the other hand, we have services. Now, goods refer to the tangible and physical items of a business which can be touched. An example is an electrical good, so a firm selling electrical goods. On the other hand, we have services. So services, they are intangible, they are not physical, we cannot touch them. So examples can be the service of a hairdresser, the service of a doctor or a nurse. Okay? So now, having looked at inputs and outputs separately, we derive the transformation process. So the process by which inputs are converted into outputs. And so we are now coming towards the end of this video. So we have reviewed the components of the transformation process, and in my next video I will be focusing completely on the transformation process. Alright, so I hope you guys like my video, and feel free to post any comments if you have any, and thank you for watching my video. Take care, bye bye.